What is up, old school RuneScape players? It is your boy Ojama Garrett back with another video, and in this video I want to go over the best money making method for free to play, High Alchemy. Okay, and I want to go into, I essentially want to make from a roadmap from A to Z, from leaving Tutorial Island to unlocking the best money maker in the game. And I want to break it all down, so you don't want to miss this entire episode, because I'm going to start from, step 1, step 2, step 3, in like how you should get High Alchemy and why you should get High Alchemy. So with that being said, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just shrink and let's talk about it. Alright, so free to play guide, High Alch. It is the best option for free to play. It's consistent money, and it's one of the highest GP per hour for free to play accounts. Okay. So let us look at that really quickly here. As you can see, smithing rune items. I'm not saying that is the highest actually, but for your first goal should be free to play, or first should be High Alchemy, because it only requires 55 magic, and you can make about 450k per hour per account. So the first thing I want you to do when you are setting this as your goal. So this should be your first goal as a free-to-play player, and then this should be the first step for that goal is get money for the runes. A lot of players I see, a lot of the keywords I see looked up, free-to-play players are looking up how to raise combat and make money at the same time. I don't think in the free-to-play scenario, the free-to-play context, that's a good strategy whatsoever. You should first focus on all the money needed to get the runes, and then train in the most effective way possible. We'll get into that part, but focus on money makers you have access to. That would be my first tip for how to get the money. And then the first off Tutorial Island, I would say, is to get the 10k from Stronghold Security if you can. If you know what you're doing a little bit, you know what I mean, saying you don't have to do that, but it is very good. I was told on another video that count check in Lumbridge. Let me pull up the world map here. Count check in Lumbridge right here. So you coming off Tutorial Island right here. If you run a little bit south, count check is standing right here, and if you talk to him for the first time, he will send you to the Stronghold of Security free of charge. So it saves the 1.5-minute walk time. So that's really effective. So the first money maker I would say you do with that 10k is either hop right into the list here, cowhides, pie shells, or grinding chocolate bars, or if you want to get a little bit of more cash to start without having to reset your inventory constantly, this is what I have pulled up here. And I just have a little example here, and essentially that's buy from select stores in Varrock. So what I would say is the ones that I've chosen, the ones that I do in other tutorials or whatever from investigating a little bit, are staffs from here, a couple staff options. There's some clothing items here that you can get for super cheap, some general store items that sell really cheap, and this niche pick right here, this is going to be the best one to go for. Maybe it's really low volume, but I'm seeing it go from anywhere from 300 to 2,000. So you might get lucky, I don't know. But if you can sell it consistently for 500 or 400 or 500 or whatever, you're going to be making 300 a unit. So just buy 2 hop worlds, but then the rest of the items here, this costs 15, this costs 200, this costs 2, this costs 2 from the clothes store, and prices will vary, so you want to do a test of this entire inventory. Then we go to the general store, and you can buy all of these for 1 GP, and as you can see, the bucket's not the greatest, but I'm not actually sure I had that in my inventory, but anyway, it still profits. The hammer, chisel, tinderbox, and the shears, they all sell dramatically higher than the investment you put in, so you can spend some time just mindlessly buying a bunch of inventories of this stuff and then reselling it on the GE based on what you find is good. Like I said, 1,500 of these do sell a day. So if we quickly just did the math, say you were 100% of the volume here. Let's say you're getting for 70 and you get them for 400 and you take away 70 here. You get 2 per world, you know what I mean? But whatever. Say you're doing the entire 1,500. That means you have an opportunity to make 500k just from crossbow sales per day or whatever. So it's a pretty good item to go for. And if this guide does good, it might crash the price or something like that. It might throw everything in, discombobulate everything. So just that's why I say it this way, is to test the loot first. Test all the loot, do a few trips of it or something like that, and then figure out which one you want to stick with. And this is an okay moneymaker to start off if you don't know quite sure what to do. But then next in the list, we got, these are my top 3 here. So I just want to check the wiki. I made a note here to check the wiki so we could talk about why I chose these 3. And essentially, tanning cowhide very high on the list. No requirements except for like a little bit of upfront cash. That's why I suggested the other thing first, or to get the 10K from the stronghold of security. But using that 10K to purchase a bunch of items from those stores, get yourself maybe up to 30 to 50K, so that when you buy a bunch of tan or a bunch of cowhide, you don't have to do so many setups running back and forth from Varrock to Alkide. You want to have as much cowhide pot up front so you can spend the most amount of time doing, or whatever, other methods like this. You want to have a bigger the bigger your cash stack when you do any of these methods, the more money you're going to make, because you'll be spending less time setting up in here. Okay, so that being said, tanning cowhide is top of the list because I chose things that have no requirements and have really high sale turnover. Like, you can do these consistently, and the prices aren't gonna crash and completely throw off your rhythm, completely throw everything off. So like I said, just let me check the list one more time just to make sure I say the right ones. Cowhides, pie shells, grinding chocolate bars. These are my top 3 because they have no barrier entry, high turnover, sale turnover. So pie shells is the weakest link in this chain here. We're going to talk about it first. It does really well. You're just buying pastry dough, buying pie dish. It requires a little bit of initial upfront cost for this. You're not actually getting $24.50 unless you buy the dishes ahead of time, which I do recommend while you're doing another moneymaker to purchase ahead of time, maybe overnight, one night. Try to put an offer in for like $5,000 or $10,000, whatever you can afford over the limit, because the first time you attempt this with the buy limit, if you don't have access to multiple accounts or don't have access to other people like all bulks or buying from other players, the GE, those are also strategies to get your dish count up. But anyway, this kind of runs into some issues. It's not just like a closed loop. You know, you can get on mindlessly, jump into it, and then start making money immediately. That's why, again, this is the weakest on the list. But it is good because it is an easy task, and you can make a quick 50K doing this for the first 4 hours, in the first 4 hour buy limit. So it does like get the ball rolling for the other methods I'm about to talk to here. I didn't like this for the longest time because you could eat the chocolate, but I was told there was a menu entry swap button or something like that, or you could hold shift on it so that you cannot eat the chocolate bar. But honestly, when I tested it, even with a little bit of practice, the couple bars I ate didn't touch the profit. Like, I ate maybe like out of 600 or something like that, I ate like 5 bars. So like, oh, whoop-de freaking do, I killed the profit by 500 GP. So it's not even that big of a deal. And it's just like the better, it's a money maker you can practice too, because you see here with the high efficiency, you could do 9,000 in an hour and profit this much. The prices go up and down too. So sometimes the money is actually better than 200K an hour, but you know, it's a pretty decent one. It is second on the list here, but then the best one I want to talk about is tanning cowhide, because this will consistently stay 200 to 300K per hour. The volume's good. It'll be hard to keep up this volume here if we check hard leather out. All right, perfect. When you're checking these money makers, whatever, I'll get to it. So I'm trying to do this fast. So I'm already at 8 minutes. Okay. It's just really good. This is going to be consistent money over and over and over. It's going to be mindlessly boring, but you're only really going to have to do this for 4 or 5 hours, okay? But this is just such a good money maker. And the energy potions are now energy potions. Just try it without it or with it and see if it really affects your profit. But this is going to be a really strong money maker. And really quickly, I just want to go into how these money makers work. So let me start from the beginning here. So pie shells, like I said, you just get your pastry dough. Oh, you can't see it. Let me move up here. Sorry about that. So you just get your pastry dough and you put it in your inventory like this. And then you just run it up. And it's simple as that. You can be watching TV. You can be reading a book. You can be doing whatever you want. You can be chatting other players. Like as a new player too, try to chat people up and try to get money. You know what I mean? A lot of players want to help players out. You know, asking for money doesn't hurt. You know, as long as you just don't look like a bot and you're authentic, then you're just likely to get money. Anyway, so we put that in there. And then the next method is going to be, all right, I had it in the Great Exchange. The grinding the chocolate bars. So then really quickly here, essentially you want to put the knife right here in this slot down here. If you can't see that, maybe hopefully you put the knife in this slot because you don't want it down here because of where when you're cutting grinding all the chocolate down, it's like you need to do these 3 here, but you can't do that with by going up and down. Then you have to switch from up and down to left and right. Left and right isn't, I don't know, some people might like left and right better, but I just like vertically, so I'll put it here and then cut down like this. I just like to start off slow, get in the rhythm, just really get a feel for it. Just get slow. Don't eat it accidentally when you first start off. And then if you catch yourself doing this after a while, you'll just like start to try to go faster and faster and faster, and your money per hour will just go up. And then, you know, you just keep going back in, and you just keep grabbing the chocolate, you keep grinding it up, and you just make your money here. You just really just focus on making this money over and over and over again. It's okay. So there's that one. Now the last but not least, the best, I think this is the best one, is going to be tanning cowhide. So you just essentially come to the Al-Qaeda here, Al-Qaeda, I don't know how to say that really, the desert. So here's the Grand Exchange. You get all your hides, you walk on down, or you home teleport, come through this gate here with 10 GP, and you come down here to this bank. Most people should know where this is, but just in case you don't, you come here. And sorry if this guide, I'm trying to like make it as quick as possible. So if I missed a lot of things, there's a lot of nuance here that I could probably, ooh, a shooting star or a crash star. That's cool. Anyway, so then you essentially, you put your hides in the bank, pull them out, pull out an inventory, and you have your cash stack on you. You'll need 3 coins per per hide. So 27 times 3, what is it? 54, 80, 81, I think. You'll have 81 coins you'll need per inventory. We just keep your whole cash stack. You'll come up to my buddy Ellis here, and you'll just click on him or right click on him and then tan, and then you'll right click and hit tan all. Boom, hit it, boom. Like I said, easy peasy. It's going to be kind of brain dead, kind of brain rot. You're not going to really enjoy this method, but this is like going to be your go-to. This is going to be a lot more money than anything you're going to do while you're trying to train or something like this. This is something I tried to get across to everybody. Spend time making money, doing money makers, and then spend time training. Like if you want XP, focus on getting XP. The idea is like you want to get into positions where, as a free-to-play player, you want to get money into the Grand Exchange, trying to make trades for you, so that while you're trading, you don't lose up on the opportunity of losing out on money opportunity. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel good having to get trade or to get skill requirements up, but not make any money while you're doing it. That's why we're doing this too. So anyway, there's that. Okay. Boom. That's another step done. Let me check my notes. Trading is the best moneymaker overall for free to play. This is the best money, but that's a completely different video. Let's just keep going. So now, the next section for this long guide, this educational piece of content here is going to be the 2 main methods of training to 55. Now that you got your money, you need to train. So I would say get about 500K to $1 million and then decide to train. Or the bare minimum here, get 250K. 250K will get you 55. Let's say 300K will get you 55 magic minimum. Okay, so now let's just talk over the nuance a little bit. It all depends on if you want it faster, or do you want it slow. So there's 2 main methods. I feel like I say do slow because it's cheap and it's easy and whatever. But I just want to go over the 2 main methods of getting to 55 for free to play, the best I could come up with, because I just wanted to give an alternative for everybody. But it's just going to increase the length of the guide, but whatever. I'll just try to speed through it. The 2 main methods of getting training to 55 is fast and slow. This one is expensive and it's high labor cost. By high labor cost means it's going to be very click intensive. So you have teleports, you have low alchs, you have body rune spells for the fast method. The body rune spells are going to cost about 39 per cast. I checked today, so that'd be June 25th, 2024. To cast Curse is your best option. Teleporting will cost between 100 to 125, depending on the law runes price. Plus, I'm not including the elemental staffs, just so you guys have a high cost. You know what I mean? Like you want to have more money than you actually need, than less money than you actually need. Anyway, yeah. So that's why I go 100 to 125. Low alchemy will cost roughly 130. Not including the elemental staff, or 130 plus, depending on whatever. You know what I mean? You use a fire staff for that, but still, like, nature runes move around, plus your items that you're going to be pure, whatever. We'll get into it when I get into it. So, Curse. That's the body spell you want to cast. You can cast it roughly 1,200 times an hour. It's up to 34.8k XP per hour, roughly. These aren't exact. I think it's pretty exact math, actually. But anyway, it costs just under 50k an hour to cast 1,200 times based on the math I had here. This one's going to be variable. It'll go up and down over time, and it'll cost you roughly 225k to 55. So this is going to be faster. 34k an hour. I think fire strikes will be 13k. So it's roughly 2.35 or 2.5 times fast. We'll just say 2.5 times faster. So why would you do Fire Strike Splash versus this? That's because the body spells, you have to cast it that many times. So it's going to be like 5,745 casts or something along the lines of that, I think is from the magic calculator, but it's going to be a lot of casts is what I'm saying. You have to do that for multiple times, but you will get done faster. Teleporting, you can teleport roughly 1,500. That's what I saw in a YouTube video of a guy doing teleport tests, but then the wikis claim you can teleport up to 1,850 times an hour. So that's why this is just, 1,500. So then you, based on the 3 teleport spells you have available to free to play, which is teleport to Varrock, teleport to Lumbridge, and then teleport to Falador. You want to use the highest level one as you unlock it, obviously, of course. But just for the sake of clarity, I just started with Varrock as being 52.5k per hour at the slowest speeds here, and it goes all the way up to 88.8k if you can cast 1,850 times an hour with the Falador teleport home spell. But it will cost you, based on today's prices, roughly 187k to 231k per hour, and it'll take you at most 4 hours. So you're looking at quite an investment here, about 700 to almost a mil per teleport method if you want to shoot that all the way up to 55. Now we have low elk as well, and the only reason why I include low elk is because we can stack it. I'll show you what I mean here, but it is faster than high elk. For like, you can cast low elk faster, but we're just saying 1,200 just so we have a baseline. And XP is 37k an hour just casting low alchemy, and it costs about 156k an hour, and 4.5 hours to 55. And it will cost you 700k if you were to cast this spell alone, okay? So that's what I'm just saying. If you were to do either all of these alone, but I just want to show you that. I only included, I added this little caveat here. I only included this to slightly speed up from 1 to teleport. So like to me the best, easiest way to, and have a little bit of speed consistency with the fast methods is to work into the teleports, and then from the teleports just spam the teleports and just do that until you're up to 55 if you really want to save the time, because you can get this done in 4 hours. So then, for instance here, if you get it done in 4 hours, now you're spending the time that you would be spending splashing, high elking instead, and then reaping the fruits of your labor sooner. Okay, so I mean, like, if that amount of time, if you want to get to high elk faster so that you can start making money faster, then you might want to think about doing the fast money makers. But then you also have to calculate how much money you have to go into it versus the money into the other thing, whatever. But still, grinding the money out and doing the fast method is ultimately going to be faster getting to 55 than doing the slow method. So let me show you what I mean before we hop over to talk about the slow method. Splashing. I want to show you what I mean with these 3 spells here, or these 3 types of spells here. I have my other example account here. So essentially what you want to do is get your splash gear for the curse spells. So not this. This is for if you have 40 range, which you might not have. If you have 40 range, you can use Green Vambrace and then use an elemental staff to save on the costs a little bit with the elementals. But if not, you can still get negative 65 by getting a full set of melee armor. So full helm, plate body, plate legs, kite shield, and then also the Cursed Goblin Staff from Diango. His store is in Draenor Village. Let me try to come up and show you exactly where that is. So we're at, whatever, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm trying to show you where to go. So here's Draenor Village compared to Lumbridge, just in case you don't know where I'm at. Try to just be as noob friendly as possible here. So here's Lumbridge. This is where you come in for the tutorial island. Here's where you go with your home teleport. You'd run all the way over here, and then here's the market. And then Diango would be wandering around here, and he sells a Cursed Goblin Staff. And I think just bring about 100 coins. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. And then you can get the Goblin Staff here and then have a Splash Gear. So now what the Splash Gear is when you have a negative 65 magic bonus, none of your spells can actually hit. Whoops, sorry. That was a melee. I forgot to have the spell set. So we shoot the spider. Boom. It splashes so that we don't kill the spider. Now I can take my hands off the keyboard here, and we're splashing. That's what splashing is. Now, there's the whole splashing thing here, but then when you're leveling up, you'd start with Airstrike, and you do this curse spell. I'd recommend you do this curse spell just to speed through. You know, this is faster than the Airstrike. As you can see, this is a 13 XP drop versus a 5 XP drop. That's like over double the rate. So then you can speed through here. And then what I meant about low elking is that you could do, it's kind of, I don't know, this is another magic guide, but it's a that's not important. So you'd get to 19, and then you'd start cursing. Boom, you get 29 XP drop, and then after you curse, you'd alchemy, and then curse, and then you'd alchemy, and then you can get 2 casts and 1 tick done here. So you kind of like double the rate. I think it'll bring it up to somewhere in the 40 to 60 range, depending on how well you click. Because like you just saw right there, I just messed that click up. And we're not doing low alchemy for money. We're just trying to get experience doing it. So I just bought the cheapest item I could find, which was pure stacks of pure essence here, just so I had something. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a better items to choose from. You can leave me comments down below for that as well. So then, boom, you know, you're hitting this, you're doing this, and yeah, it's going to be kind of expensive, but we're doing this to speed up from 21 right into 25 into the teleport methods here. Now the teleport, you could either spam the teleport and make the 52 to 88k per hour. But if you wanted to also then the extra nuance here, I don't recommend this, but if you wanted to, you had the extra bank to do this just to speed it up. You could teleport and then you could alchemy in between. So you guys cast that, boom. I did it wrong. So you teleport, then you have that ready. So right when you come back in, same tick, boom, cast it, have it ready. Boom, and this will add something like 20 to 30k an hour to your rotation here. But like I said, now you got that unlocked. If you want to try to, you know, it's perfectly probably acceptable to not do this because that'll double the cost of the XP, and it's not as good XP because as you can see here, you have 35, and then only 31, which is pretty decent. But when you get down to Falador, it's going to add 48, so it's almost like, yeah, it's a lot more XP, but it's also a lot more cost. So it's all about what you're willing to spend, what you want to do, how fast you want to get to high alchemy. I'm just trying to show you as many options as you want. And now, here's a fun one actually. Now that I'm here, didn't plan on doing this, but if you're a higher combat account, like let's say you got like 30 or 40 defense or something like that, or you bring some food with you. Here's something I used to do back when I was a big sweaty on Dead Man mode. Not Dead Man mode, what was it? I used to do this to train when I was getting my first account up to 99 magic. But I'd do this in Ardoin, but I would go, I kind of wanted to see if it would work here. So you kind of go, teleport, have this ready, hit a guard, alchemy, and then teleport, shoot a guard, alchemy, and I'm way out of practice. This is super slow. Let's just see if I can do it. Oh, yeah, baby. That's pretty sweet, huh? You guys think I'm a good player yet? Anyway, yeah, so I'll stop wasting time here. We'll just go back to Varrock. And then very quickly, I can show you where I would go splash. Oh, after we talk about it. So we'll hop back to the paint document. Now, the method I would like to endorse here, and that is the slow method, the easy, and the cheap here. And I personally recommend this one because you can do this and go about your day, okay? So let's get into it a little bit. And we are going to do the slow, easy, but takes time. Cheap is the splash. So 13... I don't know what this is. Anyway, sorry. 15k fire strikes will get you there to 55 from level 1. I mean, you can't get fire strike when you're level 1, but if you could fire strike at level 1, 15,000 fire strikes will get you to 55. If we take 13 times 15,000, it'll get us way over. So you don't even need this much. But it's like 166,000 to get to 55 magic. Maybe I can just pull the calculator open and show you guys here. So yeah, here's target XP is 55, or target level 1, sorry, 55. 166k is what we need. And if we go down to Fire Strike here, oh, it's 11.5, but still, you only need 14,491 runes. So then back to there. With the Fire Staff, Fire Strike will only cost roughly 15 each. And prices right now are more expensive than normal. So Air Runes should go down 2, and Mine Runes roughly, I mean, yeah, they'll stay at 3. So this would go down to 13 each. I mean, that's splitting hairs if you ask me, but still. It'll cost 225 on the low end, but I would just bank up 250k to be safe. And essentially, all splashing is you plug and play. Essentially, you just run in. So what I like to go is to the Varrock sewer over here, and then we will go downstairs here, and we will come over and find ourselves a nice spot. See, he's alking, he's elk splashing. That's a nice training method, see? So yeah, this is also why I wanted to bring in splashing, because the combination of all of these methods together might be something you want to try to do. If you want to actively play while you're watching a movie or something like that, you can just come in here, you can start splashing, and then you only need to interact with it once every 15 minutes. So like move something in your inventory, just click in the inventory, click the spider again, etc., etc. Oh, the last thing is, sorry, before I forget this, oh, I gotta move it off. Keep your auto retaliate off. Wait, no, you need that on. No? Yeah, you want it off, or for, I don't remember. I turned it off for boxing. Oh yeah, because when you box, you don't want to hit the spider back, so you can stay logged in for 6 hours at a time. That's a way to get trade restrictions off. That's not necessarily for this, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't think it matters either way, actually, so sorry. That was a non-point. Might just cut that, but anyway. So here's splashing, and then while you're watching a movie, if you want to active play and just speed it up a little bit, the bare minimum I would say to do is just keep the body runes on you, the body rune type stuff, because you can just sit here and you can just shoot the spider. You know, kind of low effort. Just doing your thing. You're on your cell phone. You're just watching the movie. You're talking with your family, whatever. You're bored at whatever family event you're at, whatever. You're just doing your thing. You're just getting your gains. So this is the bare minimum. And then you can just kind of, you know, chuck it elk in every once in a while. And then when you don't want to do it no more, just go back to leaning back. Oh, this is why you need the auto retaliate. Okay, makes sense now. Sorry. So you do need auto retaliate on. Okay, cool. We figured it out. We figured it out, fellas. Now, we're at 27 minutes, and holy moly. Anyway, let's get back to work here. So you kill that spider, sorry spider. Now let's get back to work. So now that we have all that done, the reason why I recommend that you splash is that, yes, it's going to take you 12 hours. Let's do the math, actually. So it's going to be more than 12 hours. Sorry about that. 160, or what is it? 15,000. We'll just do 15,000 casts. You do about 1,200 casts an hour. It'll take you 12 and a half hours. Now, the reason why this is good is because you could try to just AFK it, bro. Like, if you divide that by 15-minute increments, which would be what? A quarter, so 0.25. You only need to click 50 times in 12 hours. 50 times. That's no labor whatsoever, and you just wait. You know what I mean? This could be an alt. You could be doing something. You could be training up your one account, and then this is going to be your moneymaker alt, your High Alcher, and then you could just have him splash. Or, I mean, overnight, you can't really do nothing. I mean, there's videos of people like jerry-rigging things so that they can click while they're sleeping, but I wouldn't mess with that type of stuff just because Jagex likes to ban whenever they want, and you just don't be whatever. But anyway, one of the things you could do is if you had a job, you should probably just buy a membership, because that's going to be the best use of your time anyway, because if you just buy members, the whole world opens up to you, so I don't think a lot of people have that option. But maybe you just don't want to spend money on RuneScape, but you do have a job. So then what I would do is there's a thing called Remote Desktop, Chrome Remote Desktop. And if you look it up, it's a browser extension, and then you put an app on your phone, and then you can connect to your computer from while you're at your job. So on your break time, you can come back, and your guy will sit there if the auto retaliates off, or if he's not responding to the attacks and logs out, or just stops responding after the 15 minutes, because it'll be a while before he's actually timed out because he's still in combat. And if he's in combat, you stay logged in for a lot longer. So then you use the remote desktop to connect to your account, and then you could just restart splashing and then periodically get different 15 minutes. Like, I don't know what types of jobs you have, but I remember a lot of jobs I had, I was able to check my phone periodically through the day, like once an hour, twice, and then if I really was trying my hardest, I could get it like 4 times an hour if I really wanted to be efficient. But yeah, so there's that. You know what I mean? Like, in the long run, the time you save getting High Alchemy online, this doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That time you saved, like, after doing the math here, it's like 4 hours to get, okay, let's just quickly run it down. So we got 1,500 casts divided by 1,200. So it's 12.5 hours. So you take away 4 hours, 8.5. I would say like another 3 hours so you get 5.5 hours, the 3 hours to get the cash to speed up, then you still got to do the labor. So you'd get online 5.5 hours faster. And then let's say like 400K an hour is what you'd get. So yeah, it's $2 bill. It's $2 bill. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. But if you're going to play RuneScape for a year, how many hours are you going to be available in that year? That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, I think this is the way to go. And I could have probably just made this guide a lot shorter by doing that. But I believed in, trying to paint a complete picture here. And that's why I wanted to talk about that. So then the next step is the alching. All right? So start with whatever you got. If you got 100K, use 100K. If you got 200K, you got 200K, okay? It's not going to be very good money. And the reason is because you're going to have multiple setups. Okay, so let's go into high alching here. And to get the profit, sorry, let me reset that. To get the 449,000 an hour, you need to have an input of 20 mil to pre-buy all of these items and have them ready to go. So the reason why it's listed this way is because of buy limits. Every 4 hours, you can only buy 70 of each of these. So essentially, if you don't have 20 mil, you're going to be going onto the GE. You're going to buy 25 rune swords. You're going to be buying 70 rune kites. But pretty much you want to just go to Alchemate, OSRS, the High Alchemy calculator. You want to go to this website. And then, all right, so I guess I don't see the sort by free-to-play only, but still, you should be able to determine pretty easily. Rune Warhammer you can buy, and then pretty much you just start from all the things that make money, and you just go down the list. Rune Warhammer, buy it at this, try to get it for that price, or whatever price you can get it at. Essentially, you just kind of go to the Grand Exchange. Let me quickly try to show you quickly. I should have had this set up. I was doing pretty good. So you'll be doing this a lot. You'll be going to the Grand Exchange, and then you'll be looking at the list, and you'll be going, okay, Rune Warhammer. This is going to be your first time trying this out, so you're going to have to go Rune Warhammer. Check it out. See what the high is. 4397. How close is that to this price? 4397. Yeah, I'm still making 350 per whatever. So if you're pretty sure, that would be my first tip. If you're pretty sure it's going to profit, just buy it for whatever. Don't try to just cherry pick and get the best items, because the more time you spend setting up, the less money you're making. You just want to get as many items as possible, which then segues me into the second part of this. So all bulks. This is how you're gonna start to really see the gains. Once you tap the GE market, that you somehow get to that 20 mil, or you've used up all of your buy limits on all these items or whatever. There's a Discord group called allbulks.com. If you go to allbulks.com, I typed it in wrong. Allbulks with an S.com. And it'll take you to a Discord invite link, and you'll go accept to it. You'll go to the All Bulks channel, and then there's a tab for alchables. I mean, there's other things you can buy and sell here, but for the high alching, you want to go to alchables. And there's people buying a lot of members items, but if you look at this DHB is dragon hide bodies, and the first number is always green dragon hide bodies, so you can buy those there. So a dragon hide body, Alch for 4680, so that's a 267. So if we buy it for this guy's price, we're going to be making good money. And these guys tend to have huge amounts of volume here. So like this guy, 130K, 113K, 233K. Those are all members for sure, but still, you could just scroll up. 6,700 Addy plate bodies. You can't afford them, but sometimes you don't need to buy that many. You know what I mean? 11K D hide bodies. He's sold out, but this is just from yesterday, 1058. This guy is selling 1K myth plates. You just check to see if that works. This guy has 20K. This guy is perfect. I mean, he sold it all, but still, you know what I mean? If you come in here, you know what I mean? You go on the Discord, you can wait for trades and find trades and get trades going, and then use those to elk. So then they also have a clan chat called All Bulks. If you go down here to get into the All Bulks channel, you need to have a total level of at least 150. And then you type in the word All Bulks, and then you go into the channel, and then you can just kind of type, hey, does anyone have elks for sale? Elks for sale. Plus there's spots you can go to. All right, now all that being said, that is going to get you going. That is going to be my guide on how you get to 55 magic. And you get alchemy going. Like I said, go to use the Alchemate, use the All Bulks channel, utilize these resources, talk to players, ask them where to get alchables. Go to 302, 301, 308. There's one more place I can show you quick. If you head down on 308 and 302, if you go down to the Anvil at the West Bank, you'll see a bunch of Alkers down here. And you'll see a bunch of people. Okay, this is the wrong world. Let's just try 301. And there's a bunch of people alking here, but then there should be a bunch of people smithing as well. And all these people smithing, you can usually find alkables here and try to buy them and stuff like that. There's a lot of people just like working down here. They're down here in the free-to-play mines, really grinding, trying to get this stuff done, trying to get it done. So anyway, yep. So there is my guide. Sorry, it's a little bit long. I just want to try to be as like descriptive as possible. Try to be as helpful as possible. I have another guide on how to like do high alching. I made another guide about it. You might want to check that out. I don't remember exactly what it is. It was one of my first videos, and it goes into casting high alchemy on multiple accounts so you can scale up the profit. Because like you can do a maximum of 1,200 per one account, but on 3, I think I get it up to almost like 2,000 or 2,400 or something like that. Something crazy. Like I think it was almost. I don't know. It was over 2,400. I have to say that. Like it has to be over 2,400 because like whatever. It was worth your time for sure. I think it like makes the moneymaker go from 400 to like over 1 mil an hour. So yeah, just check that out. Maybe I'll put that in the end card down in the link below. But thank you guys. Hope this helps. If not, I will try to make a better version of this somehow. Leave your feedback down below what I screwed up on. I'm really just trying to get out here and grind and really try to educate the free-to-play base. I'm just trying to make content and just do it and get it going. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And I'm out here trying to grind. You know what I mean? Like today I had a little bit less time than normal, but yeah. That being said, I say that all the time. I say that a lot. That being said, and that being said, peace out, Girl Scout. Catch you in the next video. See you later.